And welcome to Sports Talk Live with me, Grootboom. I hope you enjoyed today's interview with my guests. Now, on the show this afternoon, I have Miss Misty Reingruber, the head of hockey at the college, and the 2019 under 14A Mpumalanga girls hockey coach. We have Carol Ndapwadza and Nolizwi Mlangeni, who both played for the Mpumalanga team that won the South African Under 14 National Championships in KZN in 2019. Welcome to the show, ladies. How are you doing? Starting with you, Coach.
Mr. Grootboom, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm doing very well, thank you. And thank you so much for the opportunity to have the Sports Talk Live for you. I think you've brought back some great memories from last year that we haven't had any hockey, so it's been awesome today just to recap and think about last year. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you for joining me. Noli, how are you doing?
So I'm doing great, I guess, but I miss hockey. So yeah.
Yeah. Carol, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks, sir. I also miss hockey, though.
Yeah. All right. So we're talking all things hockey now this afternoon. Right. I just want to find out, how have you been coping with the lockdown and what has sort of like kept you motivated, Carol?
So I've been coping quite well, but I've been kept motivated by my friends and family and also exercising.
And also exercising. So you've been doing a lot of exercises.
Yes, sir.
That's brilliant. Noli?
So I haven't been coping, I guess. But what has been keeping me motivated is the Google Classroom we have for hockey, and our coach is doing challenges with us to get points. So yeah, that's been motivating me. But then exercising wise, I haven't been doing much. But then I'm coping.
All right. Miss Reingruber, how have you been coping?
Yeah, I've been coping quite well. I've also, I think, just enjoyed the time with family and friends, and I've actually started gardening. So I feel like an old lady now. I've been enjoying my time around the garden, playing with the plants, fixing here, fixing there. So that's something I've forgotten about. That I've actually really enjoyed, and I'm really happy. Noli says she enjoyed the Google Classroom, so I'm going to definitely. She's just motivated me to get that going again. Thanks, Noli.
Yeah, that was a brilliant initiative. Now, 2020 has been a tough year for everyone, and we had to cancel most derbies. I mean, the only derby you played was against Heron Bridge. How did you receive the news that, yeah, you won't be playing against Uplands and the other schools? Coach?
Yeah, so I got the news from Mr. Ramaphosa. I was sitting in front of the TV, and as soon as that lockdown was extended out, that's the first thought I had was like, flip, no derby.
Okay. Noli?
So I didn't take it well because we were looking forward to going to Durban for a hockey tour, and we've been playing mini festivals at NHS. Our team was ready, we were prepared, so I didn't get it well, so.
Shame. Carol?
I also didn't receive it well because I was actually excited for the derbies. Our team was prepared to win.
All right. But nonetheless, then you still had a season in 2019. Okay. And this is the focus of this interview. Now, talk me through the 2019 season and how hard you actually had to work for you to get selected for the Mpumalanga Under 14 girls team. Carol, can you remember?
Yes, I can remember. We had to work very hard. Every practice we would do drills, training just to prepare us for the trials.
And then when the trials came, Carol, what did you have to do to actually get selected?
For the first round and also the others, we mainly played games against the other people.
Okay. Noli, tell me, how did you have to prepare?
We had to prepare for a lot of sports last year. I think we were flipping between Mpumalanga league for netball and hockey. So we got to play 2 games to get selected, which was tough for us because we were tired from netball as well. Now we have to come play the games there at school against people we don't know, and it was really tough, sir. Like very tough.
Now, Coach, you one of the selectors, and I just want you to run me through the sort of trial process, because there should be a lot of girls that come through to trials, and they all want to be in the team. How hard is that selection process?
Yeah, so to get selected for a Mpumalanga team, any team, is actually a huge honor. And what's quite interesting with this group of girls, the 2019's under 14 girls, we actually had 8 girls who stood for trials. I didn't select. So what I did is I convened and I gave the selectors a brief. And then I explained that brief to the girls at each round of trials. So I missed Nolly and Carol's first round of trials. I just trusted and had faith that our girls would pull through. And every one of our girls that put themselves up for trials that on the first round made it through. I think if we can remember, I think it was Nikki, Mpumi, Nandi, Nozipo, Leah, I can't remember who else, Mlangeni. Quite a few girls actually made it through that first round, and I wasn't even there. I was actually in another region, giving the girls a brief. So Mr. DeToy ran the first regional trials with a brief, and hopefully he gave the girls the brief before they started playing, and the selectors, and then our girls made it through. There were 4 rounds of trials. Penryn girls actually skipped one round, and the first round, so they only started the regional trials in the second round. Then it gets cut down, but down to 45 players, or 22 players from your region, and they join. We joined Ngangala 1, and had another round of trials, and it was the same. That was during the holidays, which just to take my hat off to these 2 girls and the other girls in the age group who tried out for Mpumalanga. They came during their holiday to come and on a Wednesday afternoon to come and actually play trials, and 8 girls from that under 14 team came through for those trials on the holiday. And at those trials, 7 girls made it through to the final round. So out of 45 girls arrived at that round of trials, another 22, I think, from there made it through to the final trials. And then at the final trials, it was another 45, and then it was basically down to your 3 teams. And then Nolly and Carol made the Mpumalanga A side. So it's quite a process. They had a brief, and I think that's what got them selected with these 2 girls. Is that the one thing is that they, hands down, it's probably because they are absolute students of the game. They love the game. They love sport. As soon as they found out there was netball and hockey, they went. I don't think it would have been fair for them to drop one or the other. So we definitely gave them the opportunity, and that just growed their love. So when they're out on the field, doesn't matter how tough it is, I think that absolute enjoyment to go and compete is what pulls these girls through, which are well done, ladies.
Yeah. Now, this actually leads me to my next question, Coach. That's for you still. What qualities and attributes did you actually see in both these girls, for them to be selected to play for the province? Or when you started looking at your team and you saw that, what attributes can you share with us that you saw in these 2 young ladies?
Yeah, so it's quite interesting because I never actually scored them or selected them, but the attributes that they had is that they are probably 2 of the most versatile players I've ever come across for their age. I think Carol's got these tight skills that I think are insane, and Nolly's just reads her reading of the game is really, for her age, is something that you don't see quite often. So they're 2 completely different players. There's no ways, and they're determined. I mean, even going onto trials, these girls are willing to step up, and you can. Anyone that can stand and watch Nolly and Carol play, you can actually just stand back and enjoy watching them. And I think they selected themselves just by that absolute love of the game. So yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful to hear, Coach. Now, girls, of course, you get selected and your names are being read out. How did you receive the news? Starting with you, Nolly.
So how I received the news was I was very happy first because we didn't get that much time to actually show our skills and how we play because of netball. I was very excited and very happy, sir.
Okay. Carol, yourself, how did you take the news?
I was very excited and happy as well, and I was honored that out of every person who was there, they chose me. So it was an honor.
Ah, beautiful. All right. So now you're in the team. The team travels to KZN to play in the SA Under 14 National Championships. What went through your minds before the first match? Can you still remember, Carol?
Yes, I can remember. I was very nervous because I didn't want to mess anything up, but I believed in our team because we were really good and we had worked very hard to get where we were.
Beautiful answer. Nolly?
Yes, sir. I was also very nervous and didn't want to make silly mistakes like not stopping the ball. I was going through the basics in my mind. And yeah, we were used to each other. We trusted each other in the team. We knew some of the players from the previous year. So I was very excited and nervous at the same time.
Lovely. Coach, of course, now you've got a team. You're preparing for your first match. What went through your mind before I get into the first match that you played? What went through your mind? What was the general feeling amongst the girls?
So it's quite interesting. So the first match, I think we lost that match 3-1. We were a little bit shell shocked as soon as that first whistle started. We were playing a big province like Western Cape. I was for this tournament, even though I was the age group head coach, I was actually managing another team in Pietermaritzburg at the same time. So I was on the outside, and we had the game plan with Jolise, who was originally my manager. So it was quite a complicated story. Sure. I think the girls don't really know all that happened behind the scenes, but it was very intense and complicated. And Jolise, the manager or the coach, then and myself, we said we had a game plan, and from training all the way through to that to the whole tournament, there were certain principles that we stuck to, and she was a young new coach, so she just trusted. And I think, that first game, I actually got cited by the tournament organisers for for coaching from the side. But nothing serious, and they're just a chat. But yeah, so it was a very nerve-wracking first game.
All right. So looking at the pool stages, okay. So you actually lost 3-1. It wasn't even 3-1. It's actually 3-0 against Western Cape. You won 7-0 against Northwest, and you drew 1-1 against KZN. Okay. Looking at those three matches now, was everything going according to plan, Coach?
So the plan actually was for these girls is to train these girls and make them the best players that they could possibly be. There was no plan originally to go out and to win the tournament. It was to compete and to work on certain principles that we can carry on through. So when we lost that first game, it was basically just a regroup, work on try and tune those tactics and principles that we've been working on through training and that. And this is the first major game the girls have ever played against, so just to keep that in mind. Then our second game was actually against KZN, KwaZulu-Natal. It was, and we drew that game. So when we got into the final, the pool stages, we had to win. I think it was by eight goals. That was what the stats were. So we needed to win by 8 goals to make it through to the semis, and then the girls pulled off the 7-0 win. Yeah.
Okay. And now, girls, of course, now you've lost the first match. You draw the second one, and you hear that you need to win by 7 goals or 8 goals per se. What went through your minds? What motivated you to actually perform so well against Northwest, Nolly?
So watching Northwest play Free State. We won Free State. No, Northwest 7-0. We watched the previous games and we knew how they played. So the coaches told us that we needed to play. We needed to push. We had 5 attackers. We were attacking most of the time, but then we also needed to cover up at the back and not leave the back. So we're pushing all the time, taking all our opportunities we get, making sure of them. And that was the game plan, so it was very nice, though.
Yeah, Carol, can you share maybe something that Nolly hasn't said in terms of how you actually now won that game 7-0?
Our team was just very determined, and what Nolly said.
Okay. All right. So, of course, now you're in the semifinals. Looking at the semifinal, you had to play against Free State. What was the game plan from you, coach, to the girls? Can you still remember?
Yeah, I can definitely remember. So it was quite an interesting one because the other coach Jolie's for Free State, I must be honest, we didn't have much respect. Once you got through to the pool stages, the semi-final, even though they did come and score a goal, and it was quite a tense match towards the end there. They went in with the same attacking mindset to try and score the goals, and yeah, luckily that paid off. So yeah, it was an attacking game. It was quite exciting.
So now this semi-final match, you won 3-1. Girls, I know you were determined in the previous game, and to win the semi-final match 3-1. What was the game plan there? Did you also attack? Were you feeling determined? Tell me, Carol.
To be honest, I don't remember the exact game plan, but yeah, we were very determined to win because we wanted to win, and yeah.
Noli?
Yes, sir. The game plan, we were attacking, but then there were several players in that other team that were also good. So every opportunity they got, they did score. They did get in the D and take a shot. But then we had great defenders actually. So we didn't worry about them, and we were worried about us scoring. And every opportunity we also got, we scored. So.
Okay. All right. So the team wins 3-1. Now you go to the final, and then something happens. You meet Western Cape again. So what motivated you to play better hockey against them? And what was the message from you, coach, to the girls? Because now you had lost 3-0, and now you're in the final against the same province. What was the message, and what did you tell the girls?
So that's quite interesting. So I wasn't there for the final. I said basically it was, girls, we've got you this far, and now it's up to you to go and win it. And I think, yeah, the ladies really pulled it through. I think they would probably give you more info about what actually emotions and what happened in that final. I'm sure they can remember it minute by minute.
Now, Nolly, you're in the final, and of course you lost to the Western Cape. What's going through your mind during the match?
During the match, what's going through my mind is that we're not going to lose against the team again. We're not going to lose again. So now we're making sure of everything. Before the match, we pointed out our mistakes to everyone so we know what we're doing wrong and what we should do, and like fixing our mistakes and everything. But yeah, we knew that we were going to win. We weren't going to let ourselves lose against the team we lost again.
Brilliant. And Carol, what was your motivation for that match?
We were motivated by the fact that we had lost to them once, so we weren't going to let that happen again. And the fact that they went into the game thinking they were better than us and they knew how we played, but at the end of the day, that was an advantage for our team, and we already knew what they were going to do. So
Okay, so now you ended up beating them 2-1. That would have been an intense match. Can you still remember how intense it was, Nolly?
Yes, sir, I can. It was very intense. I broke my hand during that match. I had to go off for a bit, strap it up, come back again. After coming back, I got a green card. It was like 5 minutes left. A green card is 2 minutes, so I had to sit out a bit. Well, then they were losing. They had one player. We had one player short, which was me at the back. So we're playing a defense game now because we were already ahead with 2-1. We're defending a lot. When I got on, it was a short corner and the time was over and we all had to defend. It was 4 versus the whole other team, like the whole team, and they were trying to score that last goal so they could draw with us, but it didn't work.
So now 2-1 it is. Carol, final whistle goes. What's going through your mind?
I was very nervous, but we were throughout the game, I was very nervous. when the whistle blew, I was so happy that we actually won. We beat them. We proved them wrong. And I was just grateful for our coaches who had trained us towards that moment.
Now, Coach, of course, Mpumalanga wins the tournament. Just talk me through the emotions that you went through, the team went through. That this was a big achievement.
Yeah, I don't think people realize what a big achievement it was. This is the under 14 nationals with Western Cape against Western Cape, which is one of the biggest, strongest hockey provinces. So the actual emotions for me, it was terrible. I couldn't be there for the final, but like we said, the girls, we'd gone through we knew the girls were going to take it. There's no way that they'd let a team, or we would let a team beat us twice. They said, so that we just, it's actually strange. They've always talked about trust the process, and this was the one time that we all just trusted the process. I can't explain it, but I think we all knew to get in that final that they would win, even down to that final short corner. I think those defenders just knew that there's no ways that they're going to let these girls take it from them. So that when I got the messages, it was second by second updates I was getting from the parents. And when that final whistle, they tell us about the final short corners and that final whistle went, I don't think I've ever experienced so much FOMO in my whole life. I was I was missing out so much. I had tears. Even now, I get tears in my eyes just remembering. It was phenomenal. It was really great.
And now, girls, of course, now you've won the tournament, and yes, you're happy. But did you have time to sort of go through what you've actually achieved, Carol?
Yeah, not really, because it was a whole rush. Everything was running through our mind that we had actually won, so we didn't really think of everything a lot. So yeah.
Nolly?
So yeah, we didn't have time to think. We were like very surprised. Not surprised, but then we knew it, but then it was also very exciting, and yeah, so
Yeah. No, girls, wonderful to hear such beautiful stories and the achievements that you guys sort of received last year. What there are girls in the school that would love to play provincial hockey and achieve what you've achieved, or maybe do better. What message can you give those girls? I mean, they're your teammates, and you're still young. What message can you give those girls, to actually work hard and achieve what you girls have achieved? Nolly?
a message I could give them is you must work hard, and if you work hard, you will achieve what you've worked for. So, sir, they need to work hard, trust in themselves, and everything will be all right.
Sure. Carol?
My message for them is that they should never give up in anything that they want to achieve. They should always put their best into anything they do, and that if you put your mind towards something, you can achieve it. It's just a process.
Beautiful. Coach, any message you want to share with all the Penryn girls?
Yes, definitely. I think for me, especially through this lockdown and the lessons we've learned from these ladies is when we get back, just absolutely enjoy every single minute of sport and hockey, and trust the process, enjoy the process, set yourself some goals, enjoy trying to build up towards those goals, and absolutely just love it. Like really, let's just go out there when we end this lockdown and just really love being active and competing and spending time with our teammates. I think that would be the message for me to all Penryn girls. Yeah, let's really just enjoy our girls hockey and sport.
Sure. Yeah. No, listen, thank you so much for joining me on Sports Talk Live. It was actually a wonderful interview. Thank you for all that you do, Coach, for all our scholars, all the girls, the boys, for Penryn hockey as a whole. And to you girls, well done on your achievements. Keep on working hard. And yeah, I hope next term or next year we start with sport again. But well done on your achievements, and may you have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you, Mr. Grootboom, for the nice afternoon. Thank you, ladies, and so nice to see you again. And yeah, thanks very much, everyone.